Okay. Looks like we're on and ready to go.
So we are live on Facebook with Grandmother Sue and myself, Blonde or Barbara Longuet. We wanted to just do a quick energy update because there's been so much happening and so much coming up as we head towards the end of the year here, and so many massive energetic shifts. Do you want to jump in here, Sue?
Well, I'm feeling it very dramatically. I can only speak for myself because I'm up on the higher frequency basically all the time now that I'm retired. So the energies have been coming in thick and fast, and couple of interesting things have occurred. I've had quite a lot of aches and pains this year with arthritis and that, and they all flare up as soon as the new energy comes in. It's just more releasing. And I think if we ever stop releasing, we won't know what to do with ourselves. But both of my Achilles became sore. One I tripped over and one just got sore. And that's traditionally the weakest point. That's your Achilles heel or the weakest point, and that's the only place they could find to dig out this last big release that I've just had. And you know, I'm hobbling around all over the place in this torrential rain we've had, and crying my heart out and thinking, God, is this ever going to end? I've had enough. Stop. And yeah, it did stop once I released, of course, and I think it's going to keep going, unfortunately, until the 11/11 in November. So a lot more to come yet.
How do you think that relates to the December massive changes coming up?
A lot of these clearances have to happen in order to reach the higher frequency that's going to be required for that day. But that's largely an Indigenous thing, and they'll know how to handle it. They'll know what to do. They've been caretakers there for thousands of years, and yeah, I trust them totally. There's a lot of people that are tuning in now and sending Uluru lots of energy and love, and I've added it to my 11/11 love and light into the grids, and not doing anything or directing the energy, just allowing it to be there to be used by those that can use it and know what needs to be done to achieve whatever's going to be achieved on the 21st. Because we're not really sure how it will affect all of us or any of us or the whole planet as a whole, which I think it will. So I know our portal here is very much connected to Uluru, and you know, I send it love from there. So lots of energies going up there anyway. I see they've got a big conference happening and at the same time, and yeah, I'm in two minds. Like, I don't know whether we should be doing that or whether people are truly guided to go up there, or whether we just let the Indigenous people do their thing. And it doesn't that sound pompous? Let the Indigenous people do their thing. I don't know. I trust them implicitly. I know they've been the keepers of all the secrets and the song lines and the energy lines, and they've been here far more ancestral lines than we have here. So
how do you see your role as Earth Keeper given what you just said about the very, very 50,000 years of tradition the Aboriginals had with the song lines and earth keeping the planet in its earliest stages that humans were here?
How do I see it?
Yeah. How do you see your role then, or the roles of non-Indigenous people in this lifetime? How do you see your role? Or how could other earth keepers or other spiritual people help today?
We have to really make sure we're being totally honest with ourselves. And my role in particular here is to be on the vortex on the 21st or the 12th, and whatever's needed, then I can be the conduit for it to happen and send more energy so they can do what they need to do. But it's so tricky because so many people are aiming to do these huge meditations and everything else, and I just worry that they're going to put their input into it and not allow what's supposed to happen, or to interfere a bit in what's supposed to happen. So, but that's just, a dyed-in-the-wool, stubborn old earthkeeper saying, that we really do have to be totally honest with ourselves and not do anything that we're not called to do.
And I think the question of that calling has come up very recently in the past couple of weeks, even, where people know they were called to go someplace or to meet someone. And it turns out you actually have to sometimes physically pick up a phone and call someone, or actually make a step towards that direction to be where you can meet them, or to talk to them, or to actively take a step and say, hello, I think I need help figuring out what I need to do or what I need to not do in this situation. Excuse me. So how do you, have you been seeing that a lot lately?
Yes, we had a lovely young lady contact us last week, and she'd had a lot of guidance to do certain things, and she'd seen it all happen anyway. And so what was supposed to happen, I believe, had already happened. But it's the new earth keepers waking up, and a lot of people now, because the energies have got to a really high frequency, and especially in our area, the whole of the east coast of Tassie, we're now pretty much fifth dimensional energy. And so people are waking up and they're finding their purposes, and they're getting nudged to do things and not really understanding them. So yes, there's a whole lot of budding earth keepers out there that are really starting to tune into the planet and feel the difference.
Yeah.
And like the energies here are just so noticeable. That video I posted on our website yesterday, or our Facebook thing, you could actually hear the planet in a beat, in a heartbeat, behind the water surging. It was a really phenomenal experience. I was sort of just a bit blown away by it all.
Yeah. And I wanted to just, we're just going to make this bit short here today. So do you want to kind of sum up what you see is happening energetically in October and then leading into the next couple months?
Well, October is going to continue doing what it's doing. We're being bombarded by these incredible energies that are coming in, and each one's a little bit higher, so there's a little bit more clearing. So as you draw in the higher energies, the lower energies have to leave. So you've got to make sure that as you're drawing in the energies in a day or two, you do have the release. And that often means a good cry or a scream or a swear or go and hit a pillow or something. It does need to be released because we're heading towards a lighter body and we can't carry the density of those vibrations with us. So it has to be done, and it is going to happen, continually until we actually rid ourselves of all of it.
Great. That's a quick summary. And we did want to do more of these talks. And I know, Sue, you wanted to answer questions, and I'm also available to answer any questions. So what we'd like anyone to do is listening to this is type in your questions, and one of our next videos next week will answer your direct questions. You don't have to, I mean, we'll see your name, but we'd like to know what questions you have and what's bothering you most today about your current situation, whether you're in lockdown and you're stressed out and you can't feel the connection to Earth, or whether you're feeling ascension symptoms and it's increasing or it's decreasing. Let us know what you'd like to talk about or any questions you have, and type those right into the comments below this video, and we will answer every question in either a direct message or right here on Facebook.
And just for interest's sake, Blonde, how have you been coping with all the energies?
Oh, you're asking me? So we've actually had a very special quantum energy facilitator that's at the giant 65-inch screen that's sending off massive positive energies for people to help cope in our little town. And even still, we can feel the dramatic shifts that have been coming in. I think we feel them first on the planet, being in the time zone that receives these energies before it moves um, west along the earth. And it's always a precursor. There'll usually be some giant emotional dump, or there's some giant pain that I need to sit with and resolve that comes up before these big energetic shifts. And I think it's something that we all need to practice doing more, is just breathing into that space and connecting with the earth where you are. You know, everyone's on a different place on the planet for a reason. And it's not always connecting to somewhere out there. It's connecting to where you are here. Where are you right now? Can you get your feet on the ground? If it's too cold, do it inside, but barefoot. Can you go outside barefoot on the grass and really connect and ground into Mother Earth, and connect as well to the center of the universe, and do that daily wherever you live? And I know some people it's physically impossible, or you're on lockdown, or you're about to be on lockdown, but I think a lot of people I'm talking to are losing that connection to nature because of the specific constraints with the COVID and different lockdowns across the planet. And it's a habit that now that we have more time, no one's commuting as much as they were before. No one's flying on planes for 18 hours like I was before. So with that extra time, use it wisely. Use it to connect to your highest self, and use it to connect to the earth and nature and the birds, and to be able to listen with your full intensity of being to everything that is happening all around you. Because where you physically are is a really important key to unlocking all of the benefits, I think, of these energies that are coming in. That's how I feel. I feel we are all so much more connected than we were before, even if people in their isolation believe that they are not. So it's resolving that seeming
Mm.
conflict.
Yeah, well, it's giving us the quiet time to, and people don't realize that you have to be silent to allow what's locked inside you to come up. And people have had plenty of time to sit there quietly now, and a lot has come up for them. And so they've been doing a lot of clearing, and I know it creates a lot of tension in the house as well, but it's by design. This is whole program is just by design, and we have to not fight the process and try and go with it, and allow it to just be, and do whatever you feel. Just don't think about it, just do whatever comes up. But if you have to yell and scream, go into your own room and do it there.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
tell everybody what I'm
Primordial
about to do,
screams
and
were a
say it has
key part
nothing to
of
do.
No, the primordial screams are a key part of raising my children. I taught them early to do it in the shower, where you can close the door and just scream as loud as you want, or in a car, close all the doors and windows so no one thinks you're being murdered, and scream it all out, get all that energy out, get all that angst and fear out, so that you can be more present with who you truly are. But that's what I see evolving at this time.
Mm.
So write your questions down below in the comments, and would love to hear from all of you. Thanks for tuning in.
Cheerio. Until next time.